Once upon a time, in a town not so far from here, there lived a wealthy man named Obinna. His wealth was the talk of the town. He owned the biggest house, the finest clothes, and he threw the grandest parties. But despite his riches, there was something about him that left people whispering. They wondered how he had amassed such fortune so quickly. Obinna had two daughters, Ada and Chioma. They were his only children, and they were as beautiful as the morning sun. But despite their father's wealth, the girls led a lonely life without the love of their mother, confined within the walls of his mansion. Obinna was strict with them, rarely allowing them to leave the house or meet people. He said it was for their protection, but the daughters sensed something darker, a fear in their father's eyes whenever they asked about their freedom and how their mother died mysteriously after a brief illness. Here is where the story takes a turn. It was said that Obinna's wealth came not from any honest labor, but from dark rituals he practiced in secret. As the story goes, Obinna had made a pact with some dark forces, a pact that required him to sacrifice something he held dear in exchange for riches beyond imagination. And what could be dearer to a man than his own flesh and blood? They say that each time he needed to renew his wealth, he would call upon Ada and Chioma under the guise of a fatherly talk, but instead of talking, he would perform vile acts that brought him the money he so craved for. He silenced his conscience by telling himself it was for their future, yet deep inside he knew his soul had long been lost. As years passed, the sisters grew suspicious of their father's strange behaviors. They knew something wasn't right, but they didn't fully understand what was happening to them. They were just young girls, after all, trapped and isolated. But Ada, the older of the two, was sharp-witted and brave. She began to realize that their father's wealth came at a sinister price, and she was determined to find a way out. One day, a young man named Kelechi entered their lives. He was a simple farmer's son, but he was kind, gentle, and most importantly, he treated Ada with respect and kindness, something she had rarely known. The two started meeting in secret, and soon they fell in love. Kelechi asked Ada to marry him, and though she was overjoyed, she knew her father would never allow it. So they planned a secret wedding, knowing that it was the only way to free her from her father's shadow. On the day of the wedding, Ada slipped away with the help of Chioma, who was all too eager to see her sister escape from their father's clutches. As soon as the vows were exchanged, something strange happened. A terrible scream was heard back at Obinna's mansion, and the town people said they saw a dark cloud hovering over his house. Obinna fell ill, his body writhing in pain as if something was clawing at his very soul. He started confessing. He sacrificed his wife, the mother of his daughters, for ritual. You see, his pact depended on his daughters' purity, their loyalty, their complete submission to his twisted rituals. The moment Ada broke free, the spell was shattered. Obinna's wealth, which had come at such a terrible cost, began to vanish. His grand marshal crumbled, his fine clothes turned to rags, and his once proud body weakened as he lay on the floor, gasping for breath. In his final moments, Obinna realized the true price of his greed, his wealth, his power, and even his very life were slipping away, all because one daughter had dared to find happiness outside of his control. With his last breath, he tried to call his daughters, but they were long gone, finally free from the curse he had brought upon them. And so, Obinna died that night, penniless and alone. His once grand mansion, nothing more than ruins. His daughters, however, found peace, love, and freedom in their new lives, untouched by the darkness that had once loomed over them. And that, my friends, is the tale of Obinna, the man who valued good above love and who lost everything because of it. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, and please turn on the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I upload more interesting videos like this.